सो हे व्हाट्सअप गाइज, वेलकम बैक टू अनदर गेम पे वीडियो। सो गाइज, आज हम खेलने वाले एक न्यू गेम जिसका नाम है गेटिंग ओवर इट। तो चलिए फटाफट से वीडियो का स्टार्ट कर लेते हैं। सो गाइज, गेम स्टार्ट हो चुका है। वाई से निकल रहा है। ओके, चलो आगे चलते हैं। चढ़ना इसे हो, चढ़ जा। ए चढ़ना है, चढ़ जा ओ भाई। ऊपर इसे ओ ओ चढ़ जा चढ़ जा। अरे यार, ओ चलो चढ़ गए। आगे चलते हैं। इसको
There's no
पकड़ के।
feeling more intense than
ओके,
starting over.
ये देर।
If you
ओ
deleted your
भाई,
homework the day before it
रुक।
was due,
ओ
as I have,
ओ
or
भाई,
if you left
पकड़ो।
your wallet
इधर
at
इधर।
home and you have to go
ओके,
back
ओ
after
चढ़
spending an
गया
hour in the
यार ये,
commute.
अरे ये।
If
चढ़
you
जा
won some
चढ़ जा
money
चढ़
at the
जा चढ़ जा
casino
चढ़
and then
जा
put all your
जा।
winnings on
ओ भाई,
red but it
चढ़
came up
गया।
black.
ओके।
If you
ओ
got your
भाई,
best
फिसल
shirt
गई।
dry cleaned before a
ओ
wedding and then
यार,
immediately dropped
चढ़ना।
food on it.
बढ़िया,
If
पकड़
you won
लिया।
an argument with
चले
a
चले
friend
चले।
and then later discovered that
ओ
they just returned
बढ़िया,
to their
अब
original
बढ़िया
view,
हो गया।
starting
ओके ओके,
over
गिरना
is
नहीं, गिरना
harder than
नहीं,
starting
गिरना
up.
नहीं।
If you're not ready
पकड़
for
लिया
that,
पकड़ लिया
like if
पकड़
you've
लिया।
already had a bad day, then what
ओके,
you're about to go through might be too
पकड़ लिया।
much. Feel
चलो
free to
चलो
go away
चलो।
and come
ओ भाई,
back.
पकड़ ली पकड़ ली।
I'll be here.
चलो चलो चलो, गिर नहीं गिरना। अरे यार।
Alright,
चलो
thanks
चलो।
for coming
हाँ?
with me on this trip. I'll understand if you have to take a break at any point.
ओके ओके,
Just
आराम
find a
से
safe place
आराम
to
से।
stop and quit the game. And don't
चलो
worry,
चलो
I'll
चलो
save your
चलो।
progress, always, even your mistakes.
ओके। ए ओ
This game is a homage to a
ग्रिप।
free game that came out in
पकड़ ली, बच गई।
2002 titled Sexy Hiking.
चलो चलो।
The author of that game was
पकड़ो।
Jazuo, a mysterious Czech designer who was known at the time as the
यार,
father
गिर
of
रहा है
B
ये
games. And B games are rough
आराम से
assemblages
आराम
of
से
found
आराम से।
objects. Designers slap them
ओह,
together very
चलो
quickly
चलो।
and
अरे
freely,
यार, फंस
and they're
गया।
often too rough and unfriendly to gain
ओके,
much of a following.
चलो
They're
चलो।
built more for the joy of
हो
building
हो
them
गया यार।
than as polished
हो गया हो
products.
गया हो गया। ओके, चलो चलो यहाँ पे। ओ पकड़ लिया पकड़ लिया।
In a certain
चलो
way,
चलो,
Sexy
ऊपर आ गया।
Hiking is the perfect
ये
embodiment of a B game.
अरे पकड़
It's built almost
पकड़ लिया
entirely out
पकड़
of found and
लिया पकड़
recycled
लिया पकड़
parts,
लिया।
and it's one of the
ओ
most
आ गया।
unusual and
ओ
unfriendly games of its time.
अरे यार,
In it, your task is
पकड़
simply to
लिया।
drag yourself up a mountain
ओ
with a hammer.
अरे यार, फिर से
And
गिर
that
गया।
act of climbing,
पकड़।
in the digital world or in
अरे
real life, has certain
ऊपर
essential
को।
properties that give the game its flavor.
अरे
No
यार,
amount of
फिसल
forward
गया।
progress is
ओके,
guaranteed.
चलो।
Some cliffs are too sheer or too
आराम
slippery,
से आराम से
and the
आराम
player
से।
is constantly,
ओ, कर दिया।
unremittingly in danger of
ओके,
falling
चलो
and
इससे
losing
आगे चलते
everything.
हैं। कितना खतरनाक लग रहा है यार। चलो चलो आगे चलते
Anyway,
हैं,
when you
चलते हैं।
start sexy hiking,
इस पे
you're
जाना है
standing
मेरे
next to
को,
this
इधर
dead
इधर
tree
इधर।
that blocks the way to the
ओ,
entire rest of
चलो
the
हो गए।
game.
चलो
It might
चल
take
के
you an
आगे।
hour to get over that tree, and a lot of people never got past it. You
ओके।
prod and you poke
ए,
at it, exploring the limits of your reach
अरे
and your
यार,
strength, trying to find a way up and
गिर
over.
क्यों रहा है यार।
And there's a sense of truth in that
ओके,
lack of compromise.
चलो 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 चलो
Most
चलो,
obstacles in
पकड़
video
लिया।
game worlds are
आप-
fake. You can be completely confident in your ability to
ओ
get through them
भाई,
once you have the correct
चल के ऊपर
method
चल जा
or the
रहा है।
correct
गिर रहा है
equipment or
बार-बार
just by
नीचे।
spending enough
ओ भाई,
time. In that sense, every pixelated
अरे यार,
obstacle
तो
in
नीचे
sexy
क्यों जा रहा
hiking
है
is
यार।
real.
ओ भाई,
The obstacles in
चलो
sexy
ऊपर
hiking are
ओ,
unyielding,
अरे यार,
and that makes the game
पकड़
uniquely
लिया,
frustrating.
पकड़ लिया,
But I'm not
पकड़
sure
लिया।
Jazuo intended to
चलो,
make a
चलो,
frustrating
चलो, ओ
game.
भाई, पकड़
The
लिया।
frustration is just essential to
अरे
the act of climbing,
बच
and it's
गया यार,
authentic
बच
to the
गया,
process of building
ओ
a
भाई,
game
बच
about
गया।
climbing.
अरे यार, फिर से गिर गया।
A funny thing happened to me as I was
मैं
building
ऊपर
this
आता हूँ,
mountain.
बार-बार नीचे गिर
I'd
जाता
have an
हूँ।
idea for a new
जैसे,
obstacle,
ओ
and I'd build
भाई,
it,
फिर से
test it, and it would usually turn out to be unreasonably hard.
इधर से आराम
But I
से,
couldn't
इधर
bring
आराम
myself to make it
से,
easier.
आराम से, आराम
It
से।
already felt like my
जंप,
inability
जंप,
to get
जंप,
past the
जंप,
new
जंप,
obstacle
आराम से, आराम
was
से।
my fault as a player
ओके,
rather than as a builder.
ओके, गिरना नहीं, गिरना नहीं।
Imaginary mountains build
अरे,
themselves from our efforts to
बच गया,
climb
बच
them,
गया।
and it's our repeated attempts to reach the summit that turns those
बच
mountains
गया,
into
बच
something
गया।
real. When you're building a video game
चलो,
world,
चलो,
you're building
चलो।
with ideas. And that can be like
ओके,
working with quickset
इधर से
cement.
इसको पकड़ना है।
You mold your
ऐसे
ideas into
ऊपर,
a certain shape that can be
चलो,
played
चलो।
with. And in the
ओ,
process of
पकड़
playing
लिया।
with them,
ओ भाई,
they begin to harden and set until they're immutable, like rock. And at that point, you can't change the world. Not without breaking it into pieces and starting fresh with new ideas.
यार, सारा मेहनत बर्बाद हो गया यार।
For years now, people have been predicting that games would soon be made out of prefabricated objects, bought in a store and assembled into a world.
फिर से करते हैं।
And for the most part, that hasn't happened. Because the objects in the stores are trash.
ओके,
I don't mean they look bad or that they're badly made, although a lot of them
पकड़ लिया,
are.
पकड़ लिया। ऊपर चलते
I mean
हैं।
they're trash in the way that food becomes trash as soon as you put it in the
गिरता
sink.
रहे बार-बार।
Things are made to be
पकड़ लिया,
consumed
पकड़
and
लिया।
used in a
ओ
certain
भाई, आ गया,
context.
ओ,
And once the moment is
हद
gone,
से
they
ज़्यादा।
transform into garbage. In the context of technology, those moments pass by in seconds. Over time, we've poured more and more refuse into this vast digital landfill that we call the internet. It now vastly outnumbers and outweighs the things that are fresh and untainted and unused. When everything around us is cultural trash, trash becomes the new medium, the lingua franca of the digital age. You can build culture out of trash, but only trash culture. Be games, be movies, be music, be philosophy. Maybe this is what digital culture is. A monstrous mountain of trash, the ash heap of creativity's fountain. A landfill with everything we ever thought of in it. Grand, infinite, and unsorted. There's 3D models of breakfast. Gen X's fanfic novels, scan magazines, green screen Shia LaBeouf, banned snuff scenes on LiveLeak. Facebook's got lifelike bots with unbranded adverts and candid shots of Kanye and Taylor Swift mashups, car crash epic failed GIFs, Russian dashcam vids, discussions of McRibs, discarded, forgotten, unrecycled, muddled, rotten, untitled. Everything's fresh for about 6 seconds, until some newer thing beckons, and we hit refresh. And there's years of persevering, disappearing into the pile, out of style, out of sight. In this context, it's tempting to make friendly content that's gentle, that lets you churn through it but not earn it. Why make something demanding if it just gets piled up in the landfill, filed in with the bland things?
When games were new, they wanted a lot from you. Daunting you, taunting you, resetting and delaying you. Players played stoically. Now everyone's turned off by that. They want to burn through it quickly, a quick fix for the fickle, some tricks for the clicks of the feckless. But that's not you, you're an acrobat. You could swallow a baseball bat.
Now I know, most likely you're watching this on YouTube or Twitch, while some dude with 10 million views does it for you, like a baby bird being fed chewed up food. That's culture too. But on the off chance that you're playing this, what I'm saying is, trash is disposable, but maybe it doesn't have to be approachable. What's the feeling like? Are you stressed? I guess you don't hate it if you got this far. Feeling frustrated? It's underrated. An orange is sweet, juicy fruit locked inside a bitter peel. That's not how I feel about a challenge. I only want the bitterness. It's coffee. It's grapefruit. It's licorice.
चलो इधर 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 आराम से यार गिरना नहीं यार ओ चले चले ओ भाई फिसल रहा है ओ भाई हो गया हो गया हो गया आराम से आराम से आराम से इधर वो ओके यार मेरे को बहुत काफ़ी डर लग रहा है मैं फिर से ना गिर जाऊँ यार ओ भाई बच गया बच गया ओ भाई आराम से आराम से आराम से ओ भाई ओ ओ भाई बच गया बच गया बच गया यार बच गया ओके ओके चलते ऊपर ऊपर इसमें फंसाते ओ ओ पकड़ ले इस ऊपर वाला वो क्या निकला हुआ यार उसमें फंसाते बच गया यार मैं तो अभी गिर जाता पूरा यार चलो चलो हो गया ओके इसमें फंसाते ओ भाई ये क्या था चलो चलो ऊपर चलते हैं इसमें आराम से फंसाएंगे इसमें चले चलो आगे चलते
It feels like we're closer now. Composer and climber, designer and user. You could have refused, but you didn't. There was something in you that was hidden, that chose to continue.
चले ओ भाई अभी चले इधर से लगाते इधर 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 आराम से ओ पकड़ लिया ओके ये क्या है अरे तो नीचे जाए यार शायद इस पे हम लोग रह सकते हैं। नीचे नहीं गिरना यार तू। इस पे रख के आराम से आराम से। ओ भाई, ओ बच गया यार, बच गया आराम। ओ बच गया। ओ गिर। ओहो, चलो, हो गया। रुक जा तू रुक जा। ओ चले ये। चल, हो बच गया यार, अभी तक गिर जाता यार। इधर से आराम से इधर। रुक जा, आराम से करना है, आराम से। ओ भाई तू कितना यार। ये ये चलो, हो गया। ओ भाई गिर गया, बचो। अरे यार, मैं तो अभी पकड़ लेता यार। आराम से, मेरे को आराम से करना होगा, आराम से। मेरे को एक जरा सा, एक बार गिर न जाए यार, गिर न जाए। आराम से इधर निकालते हैं। ओ भाई चलो, हो गया। पकड़ लो। गिरना नहीं यार तू, पकड़। चलिए इधर पकड़, पर चलते हैं। चलो, फिसल रहा है यार। चले आराम से ऊपर पकड़ते हैं।
It
ओके
means a lot
चले।
to me that you've come this far,
ओके
endured this much. Every wisecrack, every insensitivity, every setback you've forgiven me is a
ओ
kingly
जा रहे हैं,
gift that you've given me.
इधर आ चुके हैं। इधर से एक बार उछलना पड़ेगा यहाँ से। चले एक बार और। ओह चलो, हो चुका है। और उस पे जाना मेरे को। उधर से ये मारा जंप मैंने। ओ भाई पकड़ लिया। चलो एक बार और। चलो, ओ चलो, हो गया। चलो इधर से पकड़ते हैं इसे। चल पकड़ नहीं होगा। चलो, हो पकड़ आ गया। ओके।
We have the same taste.